Please rise for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good evening. Welcome to the June 8th, 2023 Planning Board meeting. First on the agenda is John Chang's 716 Route 6 amended site plan. Mike, I believe you had a couple comments?
Yeah, my first question was were the variances granted, but the answer is no. They need to be denied to the Zoning Board of Appeals. Show the outdoor patio area. You show it in the back of the building. Right now, it's in the front of the building. I don't know.
No, that was my mistake.
Hang on.
Actually,
Joel, use the microphone, please.
You can answer afterward. Let me just finish the thing.
go ahead. I'm sorry.
So if you're going to show it in the front of where it really is now, or if you're going to move it, just to clear that up, make sure it's correct. And it'd be helpful if you put a big note on the map that says, highlighted, that this church will not exceed X parishioners at any one time, just so it's crystal clear and
Again, we have the letter from the pastor stating that.
on
But
the
I'll
map.
put on the map, yeah,
Thank
no,
you.
no problem.
Thank you, Mike.
Just it's enforceable if it's on the map. It's something that helps me with my
Right.
second
Yeah,
half. So.
it makes sense. Pat, did yourself or Rich have any comments?
Yeah, Rich is signing off, he has no additional comments on this, and same with me, I don't have any additional comments. The operational aspects that Mike just referenced would be conditions of approval, the occupancy limits and so forth, and those hours of operation, so those would be conditions of approval. The next step on this is referral to zoning board.
Okay. Board members, any questions? Joel, I have one that I brought up the last meeting. We all had a discussion about fire hazards. I'm not sure if the fire department's been out there. In particular, the delicatessen closes mid-afternoon, leaves their fryer on, and there's, 25 people gathering upstairs with no secondary exit. Did the fire department,
Actually, based on what your comment was at the last meeting, I called the fire department and spoke to the chief, actually. And he indicated, I said, explained to me just what you had said. And he said, as long as the building code is as enforced by the building inspector, that they have no other comments. So basically, it's as long as we follow all the codes, all the building codes and fire codes, they're happy, they're satisfied.
so now I would just like to make sure that we cross our Ts and dot our Is on all those codes that you just referenced.
Okay, no problem.
Anthony, you had the same kind of concerns last time. Anything new
Yep.
since then?
No, as long as it ties into what our current codes are, and Mike, you confirmed that?
Yeah, Joel
And-
submitted the actual code sections that I asked for last time, and we did go over them, and it is within what's allowed. But that's why I said to put that number on the map, the plat, so it's something we can enforce at Justice Court if something was to happen where they were violating the code with the number.
Absolutely no problem.
Anybody else? Do we have a motion to deny to the ZBA?
I'll make a motion to deny to the ZBA.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Joel, you want to, yes.
Are you going to move the picnic tables up to the front?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, what, the staff will have it correct for the ZBA.
Thank you, Mike.
All right, Joe.
Thanks, Joel.
Thank you very much.
Next on the agenda, Messina Family Trust, 174 Wixon Pond Road. Hi, Paul.
Paul?
Mike, I believe you had some comments?
Yep, the applicant is currently operating a commercial business in the residential zoning district. Use variance is required for the non-permitted use. Variance is needed for lot area, 120,000 square feet is required, 79,507, and 40,493 variance is needed. The rear concrete slab is over the property line. It's labeled now to be removed, which is good. Then we don't have to worry about easements or anything else. The pool house, shed, and garage are in the setback. Variances are required. There was a large amount of fill dumped on this property. That should be addressed at this time. Provide topo before the fill was placed and the existing condition. And Putnam County Department of Health approval is required. It looks to me like your septic is in the area of that fill section, so that could be an issue for your Department of Health.
No, the septic is separate from that, where the fill was placed.
Okay.
And
It
we
just
actually
looks close.
did a testing report, which was submitted with this application, so I don't know if Richard got the opportunity to review it.
Did you give us before and after topos, or?
I just gave you current topos, because I have no idea what prior topo was.
Did you check my file, see, maybe I have one?
I'll come in
Maybe
and
we're
look.
stopping by, see if we have something.
Okay.
Just so we could show
Yeah.
before and after, so we could see that there, there was no effect on any of the neighbors, or there was.
Okay.
And Paul, were there test reports on the fill?
Yeah, what we did was we took 4 deep tests, and basically we went down to get back into virgin soil, and just excavated out and visual observation of what was in the hole. For the most part, it was just soil. There were some bricks, there were some concrete blocks here and there, but there was no items that would trigger me or my environmental consultant to think that there's anything there that needs to go out and have lab tests run on.
So, well, I'm not sure, again, Anthony.
No, just to
Yeah.
that point, so it's a visual inspection. I'm just putting it out there, I'm not sure how comfortable the board is with a visual inspection of fill.
We usually do a sampling.
Yeah,
They did agree to a sampling?
So I'll just jump ahead to Rich's comments, which is asking for the sampling.
He does
Richards,
want
okay, so
a test
that's-
sample that goes to the lab. Okay, we'll do that.
Where did the fill come from?
Various job sites. He's a he's a landscaper and does the sprinkler system, so I guess he
Okay, so it's,
So that's even more of a reason. to
yeah,
sample.
brings stuff home with him,
I think as long as
unfortunately.
we're doing a sample, I think.
Yeah.
they're an irrigation company, I believe, right?
Yeah, yes.
Any other questions? So, Paul, maybe in parallel to you getting the soil sampling done, you can get that concrete slab removed.
I will find out what their timeline is for doing that.
So, I personally rather just hold this over until the soil tests come back. I'm not sure what the board's opinion of that is, but we've had issues before where the soil wasn't clean.
Yeah, if there's concern that the soil has some contaminants, typically that will complicate this application, so moving forward without that information is.
Not wise. Yeah, agreed. John, you good with that? Hold it. Everybody else okay to hold
Yeah.
that?
I just have another question. I mean, just past experience. We've got almost 40,500 square feet variance needed. That seems to be a lot.
But it's an existing house on an existing lot, so
With the existing business that's been there for a while, so I think they had an argument for the zoning board of appeals, but I'd like you to button up everything before you send it to them.
All right, because yeah, all right.
Yeah, that's,
yeah, it's not like he's creating a lot, it's that we clean up everything when they come in front of the board, just so you understand.
Yeah, it's just so you know, what will happen now is we'll just go back, there'll be 4 or probably 5 test holes dug, and a sample will be taken out of each hole. And it basically, what it is a grab bag, and basically that goes off to the lab as a sample. So there'll just be one sample result, but there'll be 5 separate
5 borings or something.
taken, yeah.
That's compared to the DEC standards for that.
Yes.
So it's not just Paul's visual observation, it's
Right.
based on the standard for that.
Okay.
Not that you didn't do a good job.
No,
I think we should do that.
yeah.
Forward.
No, that's fine.
Yeah,
We will do
really have
that.
it cleaned up. It's got to go to the zoning board. It's been like this for a while. Let's clean it up, get it done, and submit it properly.
Okay.
All right, any other questions from the board? We all in agreement?
Yes.
Yep.
Paul, thank you. Next on the agenda is Western Bluff subdivision, 350 West Shore Drive, final subdivision. Good evening. Mike?
The applicant
Good evening.
proposes. The applicant proposes a three-lot subdivision off West Shore Drive in Carmel. Wetland permit is required from the ECB. Putnam County Highway permit is required for the driveway curb cut to West Shore Drive. All easements must be submitted to town council for review. There's from lot 3 to lot 2, lot 1, 3 to lot 2 and 1, and lot 2 to lot 1. I guess they'll have to have a maintenance agreement for that? They're all sharing one driveway. And all of the zoning comments have been addressed. This is now on for final.
And Mr. Chairman, Rich is indicating that all these site engineering issues have been addressed as well, with the caveat that the easements have to get Joe's review, and all the site planning issues have been addressed on this as well. Procedurally, the final approval, in some instances in the past, you have had another public hearing, a story and a half public hearing. Your choice, it's discretionary, it's not required by the code, so you should make a determination if circumstances have changed or there's been enough time that you need to hear from the public again.
I don't believe the last time we had the public hearing, people from the public were here. Yeah, and obviously no one here
It was
tonight.
mostly the neighbor right across the street and the tenant of the house, if I remember
Correct.
correctly.
The tenant,
Tenant,
Yeah.
and the
Yeah.
neighbor next to lot 3.
Is that tenant still there?
Yes, I believe so.
Has the tenant been brought up to speed as to what, because that was her major concern, if I remember correctly, that she had no idea what was going on.
As far as I know, yeah, she's up to date of the process where we are. I'm not sure if she knows, well, we don't have a construction date or anything like that yet, but as far as I know, she's up to date of like where we are with the subdivision process.
Okay.
Joe, any concern with the easements?
Not until I see him.
There shouldn't be an issue. It's typical driveway stuff, though.
And just to remind you, that the tenant issues had no bearing on the subdivision, they were just
Yeah.
issues with
I
the
remember
tenants.
that conversation where she was sitting and.
Yep.
And I think that the neighbor had concerns about construction vehicles parked when they were trying to make.
The initial staging.
Yeah, the initial stage, so.
Are you going to have any issue with the maintenance agreement from the other two lot owners?
The maintenance agreement for lot,
Right, it's a common driveway, right?
Yeah, but all three are new houses.
Oh, okay.
So
Sorry.
each of the three, you're gonna have 3 new houses here, so everything is gonna be a clean slate, so he won't, they're all his lots.
yeah.
And just to clarify, the existing house is being.
That's gonna be knocked down.
That's gonna be rated,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
What's the time frame of the project?
I don't know a date right now. There's no
You
date.
start it this year? I'm
I'm
just curious.
not sure.
Okay. Joe, what would be your concerns over the easement? What's past history you say that you might have concern with this or that, or? This seems like Mike said, pretty cut and dry.
Yeah, there should be, I think Joe thought that there was existing houses that that are already there, gonna share the same driveway, but I could be wrong, but
That would have been my concern, it's not being able to get one of the lot owners to sign off on it, but these are new lots, so that's not
Yeah,
going to be an
it's 3
issue.
new lots.
Okay.
All owned by all with common ownership at the time that the easements are granted, so there should be no issue going forward.
Okay. So Pat, we need to prepare a resolution?
I just want to circle back one more time for clarity. Since the last public hearing that we had on this, what has changed as far as the layout, the lot lines and so forth? Has any of that changed?
No, nothing has
What
changed.
I'm getting at is
confirmed
I
nothing's
want to make
changed.
sure we're sensitive to the
Nothing's
public.
changed.
And I'm okay if nothing has changed, then I'm okay. to
the
move
only
on.
change is details on the map.
Yep. Layout, configuration, home location, driveway, same spots.
Okay, I just, for the record, I want to make sure that
Yeah.
we're doing our job.
Yeah, Anthony's point's a good one, and if that's the case, then I agree.
Will do.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Rose distributed minutes of March 9th, 2023. Bob, I believe you had some comments?
Yes, I reviewed them. I had some minor comments, and I would propose that they be approved, subject to those comments.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Mr. Chairman, I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Good night, everybody. Thank you.